Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Emirates D50 tournament 2021, brought to you by Wolf777 News. It is day 3 of the tournament, and today we have Sharjah taking on Emirates Blues live from the Dubai Sevens Cricket Stadium. It's an early afternoon start here. We might go into the night. So let's get over to Abdurrahman for the pitch report.
Good afternoon and welcome to day 3 of the Emirates D50 powered by Wolf777 News. We are here at the second oval on the Sevens ground for an afternoon game. The weather at this particular moment is much more pleasant than what it was for the day games. So the teams are going to have a little bit more respite as they come into play today. We're here looking at the pitch. This is a brand new pitch at the second oval. This is the first game here. The pitch looks absolutely dry. So if I'm the captain and I'm winning the toss, I'll probably looking at bat first so that it's easier to then defend the total under lights where the ball might swing a little bit more. There is one interesting patch on this wicket. So the left-handers batting on this end are going to have their work cut out, especially if the ball does a little bit from here. But again, the conditions look much better than they were from the morning matches. Win the toss, bat first, put a huge total, and then defend it under lights. Back to you guys at the comm box.
Thank you very much, Abdurrahman, for that pitch report. Looked quite interesting. And let's go over for the toss. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to day 3 of the 2021 Emirates D50 tournament, brought to you by Wolf777 News. We're all set for the toss between ECB Blues and Sharjah. I have alongside me the captain of ECB Blues, Alishan Sharfu, the match referee Iftikhar Ali, and of course the captain of Sharjah, Rohan Mustafa. It's going to be Alishan to flip. Tails is the call. And it is tails. Rohan Mustafa, you won the toss. What have you decided?
We will bat first.
How is the pitch and the overhead conditions looking like today?
I think it's quite hot, but why we're batting? Because if you feel in this 50 overs, the body get low, so that's why we decided to bat first, and the wicket also look good. So we tried to put on some good total on it and then let them bat.
Well, what is a good total that you are looking to post in the first innings?
Yeah, 250 and above will be a good total on this wicket. As you know, wicket will start turning later on, so that might help our spinners and even our bowlers.
And how is your batting form going these days?
Good, Alhamdulillah, doing well, and we have a few good batsmen. Bhuta is here, Rizwan CP is here, and then we have later on the youngsters are there. Bazad is in good touch, so we have a good batting lineup as well.
Best of luck for today.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Alishan Sharfu here, the captain of ECB Blues, having to bowl first in these conditions. What do you think?
We wanted to bowl first anyways after winning the toss because it's a fresh wicket. The other 2 games were played on the other ground. So we wanted to see how the wicket's going to be playing and then hopefully restrict them to a low score and then chase it down later on.
Of course, it is a power pack side, but you are a very young captain. Is this your first captaincy experience?
No, it's not my first captaincy experience. I've done a bit of it before, but again, we have a really young side and hopefully we all come together and have a good result.
And what score do you think you're willing to restrict them to? What do you think is a comfortable run chase?
Anything from 220 to 250, we're happy to chase. So anything below, it's going to be a plus point for us.
All right, best of luck for today.
Thank you, Chase.
Right then, news from the centre is that Rohan Mustafa, the captain of Sharjah, has won the toss and elected to bat first. Back to the comm box. Right then, news from the centre is that Team Sharjah in red have won the toss. Superstar Rohan Mustafa in their side. Let's take a look at the playing 11th then. Ayan Khan, Akif Raja, Hassan Isa Khail, Khalid Shah, Matiullah Khan, Mohammad Ikram, Mohammad Bhuta, Rizwan CP, Rohan Mustafa the captain, Sardar Behzad, and all-rounder Umair Ali Khan.
Emirates Blues, very, very young side. Aditya Shetty, the leg spinner, Alishan Sharfu, their captain. Ansh Tandon, very stylish left-hander. Atikur Rahman had a very good D10 tournament as the wicket-keeper. Fahad Nawaz, Mohammad Farazuddin, Nilansh Keswani, interesting left-arm spinner. He's playing for Emirates Blues this time. Punya Mehra, solid middle-order batsman. Rahul Bhatia, Rudra Mahadev and Sanchit Sharma. So interesting side from Emirates Blues, very young players.
We're just about a few minutes away from play to begin. Sharjah winning the toss and electing to bat first. Let's talk a bit about that, Abdurrahman. You saw the pitch quite closely. Overhead conditions, you said, are pretty comfortable compared to day 1 and day 2 of the tournament. And Rohan Mustafa said at the toss, I'm looking at around 250 plus to set for a young Emirates Blue side.
Well, the fact that Sharjah is such a power-packed batting lineup, I might have been tempted to chase a total. But again, compared to the conditions from the last 2 games, when I say pleasant, I mean bearable, to be very honest. It's still not bad as it was yesterday and day before yesterday in the morning games. So Sharjah, going with the safer option, which is bat first, put a big total, and then put the young kids of Emirates Blues under pressure when they chase under lights. Again, the second innings is going to be under floodlights, so we don't know what the ball's going to do. It's been hooping around in the morning, swinging so much. It'll be interesting to see what happens under lights as well. So, interesting game in prospect.
And of course, we all know about Rohan Mustafa, the very blazing left-hand batter for Sharjah. Some other big names that you would wish to mention that we need to watch out for?
Well, Rizwan CP, who scored 100 against Ireland, will be very happy that he's back. He had to miss the matches of the previous D10 tournament because of some personal issues, but good to see him back in the side. He's going to have a big role to play, not just as a batsman, but as a leg spinner as well. Good to see Bhuta back in the side. He was actually playing for Emirates Blues, so maybe a point or two to prove while playing for Sharjah. Sharjah is missing their talisman captain Fayaz, the stylish left-hander. So it'll be interesting to see Rohan, obviously very seasoned campaigner. He's captained the side. He's captained the UAE side. He's captained his local club sides as well. So it'll be very interesting to see how Sharjah approach this game, especially with the fact that they've got about 7 or 8 solid batsmen in their side.
Absolutely, and as the teams stride out to the middle, it's the Emirates Blues in blue and yellow, and Sharjah looking very fearsome. The opening batters, Hassan Isakhail and Khalid Shah in red and black. So it depends on your favorite color combination, which team you're supporting this evening.
Well, I have a soft spot for the Emirates Blues guys because a couple of the kids that played for my club are representing Emirates Blues. Ali Shan has played, I've played with Ali Shan, I've played with Fahad Nawaz, with Aditya Shetty. Again, you wouldn't call them the underdogs, but for sure Sharjah is the favorites, and I have a soft spot for underdogs. I'm hoping they put in a good performance. Their team balance is very interesting. They've gone with a more spin friendly approach. They have only one fast bowler or 2 fast bowlers. So it'll be interesting to see how Ali Shan rotates his bowlers through the 50-over game.
Right then, Khalid Shah, left-hand batsman, very classy, elegant and easy on the eye. And look at that wind blowing across the ground, as Abdurrahman mentioned. Very, very blustery conditions, and it's going to be tough for the opening bowlers here. And immediately they're switching to spin. It's that young champion, Nilansh Keswani. Tell us more about him, Abdurrahman.
Well, Nilansh was not playing in the inaugural D10 tournament. He was in the ECB side. Obviously, a lot of competition in that team. Ahmed Raza was there as well. So it's good to see him. He performed really well for Dubai and then picked up in the domestic circuit. So good to see him in the ECB Blues side.
This time, first ball just worked away to that backward point, short third man area. It's going to be challenging even for the spinner to control his lines in such a strong breeze. Look at it, you can see it's blowing away from the keeper. In the air and slashed into the gap. A nice square drive, and that's trickling away for the first boundary of the day from Khalid Shah.
That'll give him a lot of confidence. Again, he likes to throw his arms at anything outside off stump. So Nilansh has done us a big favor by bowling that ball way wide outside off stump. Not exactly a half volley, but he gets to the pitch of it and hits it in the middle of the bat. Risky shot if there was a fielder a little bit square on cover, but nonetheless 4 runs and a good start for Khalid.
Absolutely, it was an airy fairy drive through that offside ring, but found the gap. Flatter delivery this time, cut away, but straight to backward point. So you can see immediately they have a very, very packed offside field. They know Khalid is very strong square of the wicket, and they're going to test him. Let's see how many times he can pierce the gap. Slashed away once again, straight to that fielder. So a plan is definitely in place.
Yeah, I think they're going to stick to that line, give him the width and see if he can maybe edge it one to slip or play it in the air in the cover region. One of the strengths obviously for Emirates Blues is going to be their fielding, very young, energetic side. All of them are in the ECB camp, so they go through the rigors of field training every day.
Solidly on the front foot this time. Like you said, they faced each other, they played against each other many, many times in ECB camps, in domestic tournaments. They've probably even grown up together, a lot of these chaps. So it's going to be a very interesting game, a game of one-upmanship. Lofted shot over the top of extra cover and mid-off, and that's going all the way for 4. That is a class shot from Khalid Shah.
I don't think that's a very good plan, to be honest. You need to be spot on to execute that. Again, width given. He's gone over the cover region. Couple of bounces into the fence for 4. And Khalid must be feeling very confident.
Timing the ball beautifully. And that's a very brisk start for Team Sharjah. And of course, Khalid Shah's opening partner is Hassan Isa Khail. Tell us more about him, Abdurrahman.
Hassan's part of the Sharjah club camp, a young kid. I haven't seen a lot of him in the domestic circuit, but I'm sure if he's been selected for such a strong Sharjah batting lineup, must be someone special.
Completely agree with you. If Rohan Mustafa is deferring to you and not opening, that tells you about his quality and his raw talent. Looks a big lad, strong lad, those big forearms of his, and wearing that short sleeve shirt a la Tim David of the Lahore Qalandars. See my biceps.
Yeah, he looks like a strong unit. It'll be very interesting to see his approach. Khalid's gotten off to a good flyer of a start. Again with Sharjah in particular, their batting lineup is so strong that they've not played Wasim Bari, who's a very consistent player. So Hassan's got a lot of pressure on his head as well. We've got Sanchit Sharma coming into bowl. He's the future of ECB's bowling, camp. It'll be good to see how he starts.
Big, massive outswinger there, and he's immediately making a face that, wow, I'm getting a lot of movement in this brisk wind, and this pitch is going to help me out. So this is going to be an excellent battle. Sanchit Sharma from a cricketing family. Even his sister is an outstanding cricketer in the UAE women's team. Very tall and very elegant batter. So it runs in the family.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Khushi and Sanchit both have been playing domestic cricket for a very long time. They're part of the Emirates setup, so it's good to see.
Lovely punch off the back foot from Hassan, but straight to the fielder. So he's striking the ball quite nicely already. Sanchit Sharma. From what I've seen usually in the domestic scene, he bowls a very good in-swinger, but also getting that outswinger going. Very, very skillful bowler.
Well, that in-swinger is a surprise delivery. You'll see him bowl it maybe in the 3rd or 4th delivery of his over. Try to take that batsman out, by surprise. So it'll be interesting to see when that comes out.
Just played off the back foot by Hassan, taking his time. And of course, this is a late afternoon start here at the second oval at the 7th stadium. So it will be interesting to see how the new ball behaves or misbehaves rather under lights. And Sharjah have a lot of experience in the seam bowling department. The likes of Akif Raja, especially Omar Ali Khan, will make the ball talk.
Yeah, Ahmed, it's been very interesting to see the ball swinging in Dubai. You expect the the pitches to be rough, the ball turning a bit. But the new ball, even the older ball, we saw that with Dubai, we saw that with Adil's bowling, even yesterday with Ajman's fast bowler Shiraz swinging the ball. So it's very interesting, and I'm sure it's very exciting for the fast bowlers as well to see the ball swinging in a 50-over game.
9 for no loss after 2 deliveries of the second over. Foolish delivery on drive. Past the mid-on fielder. It's running away. Alishan Sharfu giving chase as well. And excellent fielding on the boundary. Desperate dive and excellent technique to execute that relay throw.
Rahul Bhatia and Rudra Mahadev combining really well on the boundary, saving a certain 4. The outfield is still slightly heavy, but that was really well timed. Straight down the ground, safest place in the entire ground. So good chase by Rahul Bhatia and good support there by Rudra.
Look at that, absolutely 200% commitment there from Rahul Bhatia. And running together, it's a young side, so their fitness levels should be quite high. And that's clearly on show. This time in dipper towards Khalid Shah, played towards mid-wicket. And that man, number 5 on your screen, Fahad Nawaz. Very exciting player, very exciting batsman.
I'll have to be honest, I have a soft spot for him as well. He's played for my team. He opened the batting for us when we played the inaugural D10 and was one of the finds of the tournament. Very nice kid, comes from a very good family, and is 100% dedicated towards the game. So it's very good to see, and I hope he performs well today.
In dipper this time, turned away towards square leg to Fahad. Good to see an attacking field for Sanchit. A slip and a wide-ish gully in place. And to be fair, he's bowled a pretty decent over so far.
Yeah, so far so good. I think ECB might have missed a trick here by going in with just the one frontline pacer in Sanchit. I'm expecting Alishan to bowl maybe because he bowls quick as well. But it'll be interesting to see their approach.
Completely agree with you. Lovely punch off the back foot, but straight to the fielder. 2 overs gone, 13 for no loss. Look at that batting lineup. Rohan Mustafa, Umair Ali Khan, Rizwan CP, Mohammad Ikram to follow. My goodness, those are the shining stars. And of course, Mohammad Bhuta can't be ignored as well, the wicketkeeper batter. Very, very dangerous batting lineup. And in my very frank opinion, one of the favorites to lift the title of being D50 champions.
Well, with what happened to Fujairah yesterday, who were the favorites, Sharjah is going to be very interesting to see how they approach the game. One of the players whose name you've seen, Mohammad Ikram, is actually interesting because he's come on a back of very good domestic cricket performances. He was not part of the previous tournaments, but he's been playing so well he couldn't be ignored.
Punched off the back foot, beats the fielder eventually, and they'll casually stroll through for a single. So Khalid Shah, I've seen he's a bit of a nervous starter, so getting 9 runs off quickly will settle his nerves. Now this is going to be interesting. Hassan Nisa Khail, he looks like a burly lad. I think he's going to counter-attack Nilansh here.
Well, he's going to be hitting with the wind if he goes for the mid-wicket long-on shots. So it'll be interesting to see his approach to Nilansh, who bowls stump to right-handers.
That arm ball looping in the air, and Nilansh immediately looking at his fielders that there's something to work with here. Lovely arm ball drifting into the pads. Once again getting the splice of the bat, a bit of an inside edge. But they've pushed the long on back, pardon me, and they'll take an easy single.
Yeah, he's very lucky. That ball was looping in. Hassan must have thought, let's go for the straight drive because it might be a regular left arm spin ball, but it moves in, and that's one of Nilansh's strengths.
Trying a square drive there, but not quite timing it. Lofted drive over extra cover this time. Khalid Shah cutting loose. And that has been smashed all the way for 6. Can you believe it?
Well, that's a good looking shot there. He's thrown the kitchen sink at that. The wind helps him for sure. And he's middled that over point for 6, believe it or not.
My goodness. Khalid Shah. I just mentioned he's a nervous starter. He's telling me, shut your trap, mate. I'm going to slam this over extra cover for 6.
Yeah, he's got a point to prove, I guess. 50 over match, but he's not changed his style. He's not one of those guys who wants to take time and settle in. He's going to see the loose ball, he's going to go for it.
Unbelievable clean striking already. He's 21 for no loss. Nilansh has been hit back here. He's so clever bowling with that new ball and the batting power play overs. A bit of a drag down this time. Worked away towards square leg. Going to end the over with a single. 3 overs gone. 22 for no loss. Sanchit to continue. Slashed and taken at first slip. What a catch. Khalid Shah. One shot too many, and that man Sanchit Sharma gets the first scalp for Emirates Blues.
Yeah, he's not gonna change his style of play. He's already got 6 of the last ball in the previous over, but he throws his bat at it, wide outside off stump. Very good catch from Ansh. It's not easy in the slips. We saw a couple of catches go down yesterday, so good looking catch. And not a bad start for ECB now, considering the fact they've got the dangerous Khalid Shah out.
That'll be a disappointing end to his innings. He was looking so good, Khalid Shah. To be fair, it was short and wide and was there for the hitting, but just perhaps trying to overhit the ball. Lost his shape, top edge, and that was a stunning catch there by Ansh at first slip. 17 of 13, strike rate of 130. So a short and sweet cameo here from Khalid Shah.
Yeah, he must be a bit disappointed though. I'm sure he was feeling confident, looking for the long haul as an opener. You want to get as many runs as you can, especially with such a big batting lineup the Sharjah has. But I'm sure Nilansh will be relieved to see the back of him and watch another right-hander come out, which is Rizwan CP.
So it's a change in the batting order. It's actually Rizwan CP coming out to bat. We thought Rohan Mustafa was definitely slated to come in at 3. So they're maintaining. They've actually changed it. They've gone for both right-handers this time. Perhaps trying to neutralize the spin attack.
Yeah, Rohan's been batting at 3 in the previous teams that he was playing in the D10, D20 tournament. So interesting to see that change.
Looking for a quick single there. But just working away towards the cover point area. Rizwan CP, very, very skillful batter. Outstanding player on the UAE domestic scene. He's a 100 maker. If he gets set, he's going to aim for that triple figure mark. But Sanchit has responded very, very well in tough bowling conditions. 22 for 1 after 3.2 overs. Oh, inducker there. Just a bit of an inside edge towards the fine leg region. Pushing for two, and they will get it.
Good running between the wickets. Square leg was a bit wide, not very fine as normal fine leg would be. So Rizwan spotted that, called to the moment it hit his bat, got in comfortably.
Hits him in front. Big appeal, big appeal. But the umpire has said no. Sanchit has a look of disbelief on his face. Abdur Rahman, how about it?
I think that's height that saved him. It hit him on his front pad right above the knee roll. So height was probably the only issue because that was straight in the line. Yeah, height, I guess.
Lovely outswinger. Got the line right on middle and leg. And that extra bounce perhaps saving Rizwan CP there. But that was extremely close.
Yeah, Sanchit is one of the taller bowlers. He has a very high release. You know, not like Shiraz yesterday who releases from side on. He doesn't get too much bounce. Sanchit does get a lot of bounce, so very unlucky.
This time a lovely outswinger and he shoulders arms. That's more like it from Rizwan. Tell us a bit more about his batting, Abdur Rahman.
Well, Rizwan CP's got oodles of patience. If you've seen him bat in the 50 over format, he scored a very good 100 against Ireland. He's got a lot of patience. He's going to take his time, settle in. He's got every shot in the book. So if he settles in, you know, he'll catch up on that strike rate very quickly. Very stylish batsman. Lovely guy to watch. A very nice guy as well.
24 for 1. Sanchit bowling beautifully here. Only 7 runs conceded. Short and wide and cracked away, but straight to the point fielder. That was definitely a ball there for the hitting. 4 overs gone. 24 for 1. Nilansh to continue. So some faith shown in his young left arm orthodox spinner from Alishan Sharfu. 17 runs conceded already. Trying to cut that away, Hassanisa Khail, but bit of an inside edge. Perhaps trying to overhit the ball.
Yeah, I think Nilansh has come into bowl because there are two right-handers at the crease. If Khalid was there, if maybe Rohan would have promoted himself, you wouldn't have seen Nilansh. But he's very confident against right-handers. Again, he's going to swing the ball in rather than turn it away as a standard stock left-arm spinner. So for sure, he's going to have that confidence now with the wind taking the ball in as well. You know, he'll be hoping to crash into those stumps.
Lovely punch off the front foot through extra cover. My goodness, what a shot from Hassanisa Khail right out of the Wisden manual. What a shot.
He's thread the needle there. There's an extra cover. There's a short mid-off as well. But he's played that beautifully. High elbow. That ball races away to 4. Beautiful looking shot there by Hassan. He's looking good, Ahmed.
Well, if he has a YouTube or a TikTok account, he wants to put up that shot immediately. He's going to get 1 million likes. My goodness. Outstanding. Back of a length this time. Works it away towards mid-wicket. So good response from Nilansh.
Well, you were very upset when I had compared Osama's shot to Babar Azam's cover drive. But I will say that was about 75% Babar Azam-ish.
Absolutely. This time, oh, down the leg side, flicked away towards fine leg. He's in the circle, Rahul Bhatia giving chase, and he'll just about haul it in. But they'll pick up an easy 2.
Nilansh seems to be struggling a little bit. Maybe it's the wind factor. Maybe it's just the aggression that the Sharjah batsmen are showing against him. He's usually very confident, but as you can see, there's a blustering wind going on. Must be very difficult as a spinner to control that ball.
Arm ball once again, worked away towards square leg. Rahul Bhatia cleans up. 5 overs gone, 31 for 1. Sanchit Sharma continuing here, has a wicket to his name. Oh, chased it, edged, and he's caught behind. Beautiful outswinger. Hassan Isa Khail is gone.
Sanchit's got this tendency of moving the ball away very late. Hassan's chased that. He must have felt that confidence after the cover drive that he played over Nilansh. Sorry. So one shot too many, Ahmed, in my opinion. He should have settled down, taken his time. He's looking really good. Unfortunate dismissal here, but Sanchit must be over the roof.
Of course, he is the son of the famous, iconic Afghan cricketer Muhammad Nabi, Hassan Nabi Isa Khail, and was looking really good there, striking the ball well. But credit to Sanchit, that was a gem of a delivery.
A good catch there. He's wearing the Sunrisers helmet. So for people that don't know that, he is the son of Muhammad Nabi, but he'll be very disappointed with that. And Ali Shan must be really happy. He's stuck with Sanchit with the new ball. He's bowling the third over.
Right then, it's the big unit, the big fish himself, captain of the Sharjah side, the UAE national player Rohan Mustafa. He needs no introduction, but I'll still go over to my expert commentator Abdur Rahman. Tell us more about him.
Well, the less I talk about him, the better, to be honest. Him and I, we have a friendly rivalry on social media, but he is one of those players that never gives up. Very strong mentally. Interesting to see him walk in at 4. I would have expected him to come maybe at 5 at 6 where he bats for UAE, but he is definitely the big wicket for Emirates Blues.
Absolutely, they've gotten early wickets here thanks to that man on screen, number 22, Sanchit Sharma. Beautiful outswinger to Hassan Nabi Isa Khail. Drove at it on the up, perhaps taking a bit of liberties against the new ball, but it was a fantastic delivery. And Khalid Shah, short and wide, tried to slash at it, and an excellent catch by Ansh at first slip. This time in swinger, a bit of an inside edge. Rohan Mustafa was very, very wary of that one.
Rohan is a bit circumspect when the ball's coming in early in his innings. If you give him room outside off, make him play over point, he's going to hit you all day long. So it's a good plan by the Emirates Blues bowlers to bowl in his stumps. If they get him early, they'll expose that middle order, which we've not seen a lot of other than Bhuta. I'm sure that's the plan that Emirates Blues has.
Once again, an in-swinger into the pads, but right behind that, solid as a wall, is Rohan Mustafa. Of course, the 2 wickets have gone down, so a lot of responsibility on his experienced shoulders. This time back of a length, work towards square leg where there's a mid-wicket in place. Very, very active is that man, Fahad Nawaz. Basically controlling the ring field on the leg side.
Well, he's a left-hander. They've got good positioning on the leg side. They've got the left-hander covering that square leg sort of mid-wicket region. And, give Sanchit that cover to bowl in the stumps to Rohan and see if he can get that LBW or bold decision in his favour.
Excellent spell going here from Sanchit. 2 for 7. Full toss, punched away off the front foot through extra cover. It's trickling away, but it just might pull up. Yes, it will. So Rohan Mustafa is off the mark in this opening fixture for Team Sharjah, and a lot of responsibility on him to play a long knock and carry the batting lineup. .33 for 2 after 6 overs. Nilansh Keswani to resume his spell. Interesting to see Ali Shan still persisting with his left arm orthodox bowler, but two right-handers now. No, in fact, a right and left-hand combination at the crease of Rizwan CP and Rohan Mustafa. So Rohan, I think, will have a dip against Nilansh for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Rohan prefers left-arm spinners. He likes to bowl coming onto the bat. He has this good swing towards mid-wicket when the spinners are bowling. So I'm sure Rohan will be itching to get on strike, especially for the fact that Nilansh plays for his club. So, maybe he's got a point or two to prove.
Oh, bit of a loopy delivery outside off stump. Rizwan CP, you could see his mind. It was ticking over. Should I cut at it? But showing excellent temperament.
Yeah, again, the confidence that Rizwan has, the patience that he has. He's not going to fidget with too many things outside off stump.
This time that signature arm ball from Nilansh drifting in. Honestly, it shows a lot of maturity that he can control it so well even in these blustery conditions.
Yeah, agreed 100%. He's got very good control of the ball. So I'm sure he's looking for some confidence, maybe get a wicket and then continue bowling that long spell.
Foolish delivery, just driven down the ground for a single. .24 runs conceded already by Nilansh. But even then, the run rate is fairly steady thanks to Sanchit Sharma bowling so beautifully from the other end.
Ahmed, when I was interviewing Ahmed Raza yesterday, one of the things that he did say, and this is a plan I think most of the teams are going with, is that the fast bowlers are going to be bowling 2 or 3 over spells. And he was disappointed he couldn't see Shiraz Ahmed through. So it'll be interesting to see how long Sanchit bowls, and then, how long Nilansh bowls for if he doesn't go for too many runs. As you can see, a little bit of banter between the two guys. And in the evening, they're going to be playing for the same club, so it's going to be interesting to watch.
Just tucked away towards mid-wicket for a dot ball. End of 7 overs. Sharjah are 34 for 2. Sanchit to continue. 2 for 9 already in his 3 overs. Solid delivery back of a length. And Fahad Nawaz moves to backward point. So, like you mentioned, Ahmed Raza saying the fast bowlers won't be bowling longer spells in this heat. Maybe 3 to 4 overs max. So, it'll be interesting to see how long Ali Shan keeps Sanchit on the attack.
Well, obviously, the advantage of being young and fit gives them the opportunity to bowl maybe a 5-over spell. We saw Hazrat Bilal and the Fujairah fast bowler Sabir Rao do this. They bowled 5-over spells on the top. I think they might give Sanchit another over just because he's looking very confident against the right-hander.
Rizwan CP practicing his straight drive, reminding himself, lead with your left hand, keep the bat straight. There you go. Easier said than done though, Abdur Rahman.
Yeah, it's not very easy. I'm sure he's played that shot 100 times in the nets. But, in the middle, with the ball moving around, the conditions, all of that matters, especially your mindset as well. He'll be boiling under that helmet. So, everything makes it that much more difficult.
Extra cover drive in the gap this time. Rahul Bhatia gives it chase, but there's no chance for him to pick up that one. Beautiful shot there from Rizwan CP.
That must give him a lot of confidence. He's played and missed a couple, blocked a few. That was a perfectly looking drive. Hits the turf, takes off, goes to the boundary for 4.
It's a significantly quicker outfield we have in oval number 2 here at the Sevens Cricket Stadium. You get full value for your shots. Over pitch there from Sanchit, perhaps trying to bowl that magic delivery, and Rizwan was up to the task. 38 for 2, 7.5 overs gone. That's much better. Back of a length this time, and Rizwan CP duly gives it the respect it deserves.
Good comeback from Sanchit. He's found his line and length in this one, being hit for a 4. And then equally good by Rizwan. Gets behind it, hits the middle of the bat, no run.
Still only 13 runs conceded in his 4-over spell so far. Excellent bowling here. He's getting the ball to move around in both directions and super accurate. Punched off the back foot this time, but straight to backward point. So Rizwan, after hitting that extra cover drive, is looking to open it up.
Yeah, what they don't want to do is the mistake that some of the guys did in the past few games. Just get bogged down, stop playing your shots, block every ball. Obviously, the caliber of the players, you saw Asif Lala yesterday playing his shots even as soon as he came into the crease. So you'll expect Rizwan to be a bit circumspect, but he's not going to leave the loose ball alone.
Uppish drive over the top of cover point this time. It's running away. Will they pull it in? Yes, they will. Didn't quite catch it perfectly on the blade. Rizwan CP playing that lofted square drive, but they will pick up 2. 8 overs completed. It's 40 for 2. Nilansh Keswani continuing. 40 for 2, so it's a mixed bag of a start here for Team Sharjah. Emirates Blues will feel if they can nick another one out, they'll be in business. Slip in place. And Rohan Mustafa taking his sweet time. Like you said, they are playing for the same club on the UAE domestic scene. Perhaps taking it a bit easy on his young charge.
Yeah, what Rohan, I'm sure, does not want to do is get out to Nilansh at this stage. Social media for Nilansh is going to go ballistic if he does that. He's not going to let him forget. That's a fact.
Nicely punched off the front foot to wide-ish mid off. Only a single. Three off nine is number 88, Rohan Mustafa. Rizwan CP on the other hand, playing a bit more freely. That arm ball once again. Rizwan CP playing very close to the bat.
You can see the plan. We always know that Nilansh is trying to get somebody out, either bowled or LBW. It's good to see Rizwan covering his thumbs and getting right behind that ball.
Oh, extra bounce takes the shoulder of the batter perhaps. Agree. Once again, that this time trying to get to the pitch of the ball. 9 overs gone. Good one from Nilansh. 41 for 2. Sanchit Sharma to continue. My goodness. To bowl a 5-over spell in these conditions, that is absolutely top class from young Sanchit. Wholehearted cricketer, leaves everything on the field.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that when you see him even playing for club level, his intensity does not change. You know, even if it's a friendly game, he'll give it 100%. It's very good to see. He's bringing his fifth over in. Will be interesting to see his pace, though. I'm sure he must be tired by now.
Completely agree with you there, Abdur Rahman. 2 for 15 though. I think Ali Shanshar, for the captain of Emirates Blues, feels if he can get either of these two right now, Rohan Mustafa or Rizwan CP, then he can dictate terms in this game.
Well, we have a bit of a hold up because the umpire's lost his hat. He's had to go all the way to square leg, and he's going to be coming back.
The hat's gone for 4. Lovely shot all along the carpet. Excellent timing from Rohan Mustafa.
Yeah, brilliant looking shot there. I don't think the umpire is wearing that hat for the rest of the game. There's too much wind.
It is a very blustery breeze blowing out there. Right then. Pitched up, driven towards extra cover. Nice shot there from Rohan Mustafa. So his approach is, I don't care if you're trying to swing it into my pads, I'm going to counter attack.
Yeah, he's very strong on the offside, so he's going to give himself, you know, that chance. If the ball's in his zone, he's going to try to go over the circle. But that was great camera work. But to catch that hat going over the boundary, we do have to salute all those cameramen who are right now in that sun, giving us these lovely pictures.
Oh, hits him on the pad, slightly high and perhaps pitching outside leg. But it's a definite plan here from Sanchit. And perhaps Alishan Sharfu could keep a short mid-wicket there for that clip in the air. Good banter going on between the wicket-keeper and Rohan Mustafa. Of course, these guys, they might be rivals this afternoon, but a lot of them play in each other's clubs and in various tournaments. So the sportsman spirit is on show. This time right on the spot. Quick single taken here. Chance for a run out. Direct hit. Rohan Mustafa. But he is electric between the wickets. I think he's made it.
Yeah, he's very quick between the wickets. He's very confident when he calls for that run. You'll see that in his innings that he never calls wrong. So if he calls for 2, that's 2. If he calls for 1, it's 1. He'll most probably make his crease. It's usually the other guy who's in trouble.
42 for 2. Lovely delivery, and solidly behind it is Rizwan CP. Working very hard. You can see the intensity etched all over Rizwan CP's face. When he's in the middle, you could perhaps even scream at him and he won't hear you. He's working so hard and so focused on his batting. Nicely punched off the front foot. That's exactly the way to play outswing bowling.
Yes, it is. He's right behind the line, covering it, making sure he's not playing too far away from his body. And you're absolutely right about Rizwan. If you've seen him play in the domestic circuit as well, again in the domestic circuit, there's a lot of banter, there's a lot of sledging going on. He's one of those guys that's so cool, so calm at the crease that he actually frustrates the opposition captain by not doing anything extraordinary, just playing his shots, scoring his runs, getting the job done.
Lovely cut shot this time, but straight to that point fielder. He's not able to pierce that offside gap just yet. 10 overs gone, 42 for 2. Two spells of 5 each for Nilansh Keswani and Sanchit Sharma. 2 for 16. What a performance so far from Sanchit. Nilansh also responding well after going for runs early on in the piece.
Yeah, his first 2 overs were very expensive, so it's a bit of a comeback from Nilansh. I'm sure, knowing him and his aggression, he'll be very disappointed. He doesn't have a wicket yet. Maybe that's why he's continuing. He's gone to Alishan and said, I'm going to go for another over. I'm going to get you that wicket.
Absolutely. Very, very determined in his cricket, Nilansh Keswani. Good delivery back of a length to Rohan Mustafa. And he's very good on those shots, square of the wicket, behind point, behind square leg. If you give him even a millimeter of width, he'll carve you away. 4 of 13 so far, Rohan Mustafa. In the air, edged past the slip. Short third man gives a despairing dive, but it will slip away. And they will pick up 2 runs.
A mini victory for Nilansh in that case, gets the outside edge. Any other day that might have gone into the hands of short third man or maybe even slip. So unlucky, but that'll give Nilansh a little bit of confidence to continue doing what he's doing. Maybe get that outside edge again.
Nicely cut away into the gap this time. But there's a sweeper cover in place. So Nilansh smartly, he knows that Rohan Mustafa is very strong there, takes a sweeper.
Against the left-handers, Nilansh has a little bit of trouble. He'll bowl short and wide a couple of times. So good to see that protection deep of the boundary.
Coming around the wicket this time to Rizwan CP. 9 of 22. He is striking the ball well, but needs to pick up that strike rate. And we have seen, even in the previous game, that Asif Khan started out, Dawood Ijaz, pardon me, started out quite slowly but picked it up eventually. 70 of 57, played a very good hand as Team Ajman triumphed over the hot favourites Fujairah.
That was a brilliant knock in the conditions, and again, as you said, it's not a bad thing to take your time, get settled in, and then cut loose.
11 overs gone, 45 for 2. Oh dear, we have some overthrows here. Can you believe it? A run needlessly given away. Nilansh's expression says it all. 46 for 2. Right then, there's finally a change in the bowling. Sanchit Sharma has been given a rest after his excellent spell. It's the captain himself, Alishan Sharfu, coming on to bowl some medium pace.
Yeah, well, because of their team balance, they will have to rely on Alishan to give them 5-6 overs. He doesn't normally bowl that much in the domestic circuit, but he is extremely fit. Will be good to see what he does. Usually takes the ball away from the batsman, the right-handed batsman.
Lovely extra cover drive there from Rizwan CP. My goodness, what a shot. It was a bit of a half volley and he cashed into it big time.
Yeah, Rizwan must be feeling really glad that Alishan's given him that loosener right in the slot. Beautiful looking cover drive. Pierces that outfield, goes to the boundary fence.
Trying to bowl a bit quick there and right below the batsman's eyes. Rizwan CP is going to capitalize on your poor bowling. 50 up for Sharjah in good time. This time flicked over mid-wicket. What a shot there from Rizwan CP. He's feeling it now. Boundary.
A poor delivery, going down the leg side. Again, a half volley. Easy flick shot for Rizwan CP to go for 4.
Back-to-back boundaries of Alishan Sharfu. Rizwan CP recognizing an opportunity. And now he's raced on to 18. The captain feeling the heat. Adjusts his field. He can't afford to have fielders out. Oh, past the outside edge this time. Tried to glide it to third man. Oh, so close.
Yeah, Rizwan, as you can see, nodding his head. Having taken 8 runs of the first 2 balls. That was a bit of a risky shot. Very lucky to still be there. But that'll give Alishan a little bit of confidence to get that rhythm back. And maybe, save this over. He's already gone for 8 of 3.
Got a bit of a nip off the surface as well, so he can look to seam the ball on this greenish track. And of course, there was that spot near that good length area that Abdur Rahman pointed out in his pitch report. Try to hit that. The ball could do anything. Rizwan, 18 of 28 now, has hit a few pretty shots. This time, immediately back to his very, very stout defense.
That's a good length. I think Alishan will try to hit that good length, short a good length, and maybe cause some trouble with the ball swinging a little bit. The first two deliveries were half volley, one outside the off stump, one down the leg side. So good recovery so far by Alishan.
This time a bit of an inside edge, pitched it up, got the inner half of the bat, and they'll scurry through for a single. So Alishan Sharfu getting stuck into his bowling now, bowling a lot better. He does definitely looks a lot quicker since I last saw him. .55 for 2, 9 runs scored already. Rizwan CP operating in the V through extra cover and then that drop kick over mid-wicket. Lovely shots. Short ball from Alishan Sharfu, captain v captain. That was very, very interesting. 12 overs gone, 55 for 2. Taking a look at the Sharjah batting scorecard so far. Khalid Shahi was looking really good. 17 of 13. One shot too many. Caught at slip of Sanchit Sharma. And then Hassan Nabi Isa Khail, the son of Afghan all-rounder Muhammad Nabi. 11 of 13. Hit a few good-looking cover drives. But then a perfect outswinger took his outside edge. Sanchit Sharma getting 2 wickets in his 5-over spell. Nilansh Keswani continuing here, an extended spell for him, even outside the power play. Just shows how much faith the captain has in him. Worked away past mid-wicket for a single. Good shot.
Well, Emirates has 2 spinners in Rahul Bhatia and Aditya Shetty, which will probably give them a little bit more control in the middle overs. That's why they're using Nilansh up top. He does struggle when he bowls in the death overs, so maybe they're going to bowl him that extended 10-over spell with the new ball.
Shoulders, arms to that one. He read that arm ball from Nilansh Keswani, and seeing that there's a slip in place, didn't want to mess with it. Good batting.
Well, Rohan, being that intelligent cricketer that he is, I'm sure he knows there's no way Nilansh is going to turn that ball outside off stump and get him a bowled or something. He's going to leave everything that's outside off.
Tried to cut that away, but bit of a inside edge. Fahad Nawaz pretending he's going to go for a throw. Of course, fake fielding is not allowed anymore in cricket.
It's worth 5 runs now, so they have to be careful.
Leaving that ball outside off stump. Good bowling here from Nilansh Keswani. 13 overs up, 56 for 2. Alishan Sharfu to continue here. Having a good battle here with Rizwan CP. This time, outer half of the bat just glided down to third. It's captain v captain now. Rohan Mustafa versus Alishan Sharfu. When he bowled that one delivery to him in the previous over, it was immediately a quick bouncer. So trying to make a statement. And this time a foolish delivery. This is excellent bowling from Alishan. Gave him a sighter. Bowling at a decent clip in my opinion.
Yeah, his pace has increased, as you noticed, Ahmed. He is bowling much quicker than he usually does. Maybe come around the wicket, try to hit that spot we were discussing in the pitch report. We don't know what's going to happen when the ball pitches there. So give yourself a chance to get Rohan maybe LBW or bowled instead.
Good full delivery. Clipped away towards mid-wicket. And excellent fielding in the circle. Stop that single.
Yeah, good fielding. Might have been a certain single, but that's a one way to keep Rohan on strike. Put some pressure on these guys.
They're all young and very fit. So they will work hard in the field. They're not going to leave anything in the tank. And of course, when the captain is bowling, you have to be on your toes. Can't let yourself down. Short ball this time and gets underneath it. So this is a very, very interesting battle. I'm really enjoying this. Tucked away towards square leg. Quick single, chance for a run out. Has a shy at the stumps, but it's missed. Good call there from Rohan Mustafa, and Rizwan CP responding immediately. This time square drive into the gap from Rizwan CP, but the sweeper is in place. So they have definitely moved into accumulation mode. 14 overs gone. It's 59 for 2. Neelanch here. Solidly behind that is Rizwan CP. He's into his 8th over here of the Rahman. So do you think he's going to bowl all 10 on the trot?
I think so. As I said, they still have two frontline spinners, so they wouldn't need Neelanch in the middle or the end overs. But regardless of all that, bowling 8 overs on a trot is also not easy, even if you're a spinner.
Indeed, and that economy rate has come down significantly. After 2 overs, he had conceded 17 runs. Since then, only 14 runs off his bowling, and he's into his 8th over. So that's superb stuff from Neelanch. This time trying that cover drive. Bit of a misfield. It's going to ricochet off towards the long on area. Pick up a single. mic test, mic test. Creating opportunities here are the Emirates Blues. They've gotten 2 big wickets already. There was a chance for a run out there. My goodness, how close was that?
I think that was out, Ahmed. If he would have hit, that would have definitely caused some issues for Rohan. A very close call indeed.
Perhaps there wasn't enough time to throw it to the fielder. Quick reactions from the keeper. Rohan Mustafa, very, very lucky there. Meanwhile, Rizwan CP has moved on to 23 of 36. Nicely worked off the back foot. The point giving chase. They'll stick to a single though. Trying to cut that away once again, but it'll end with a dot delivery. 15 overs gone. Sharjah are 62 for 2. Clipped away towards mid-wicket this time from Rohan Mustafa into the gap. Nilansh giving chase. And they will pick up 2 runs. Rohan Mustafa disappointed with his partner that he didn't come through for 3. And joining me in the comm box is a very, very special guest here. Ace all-rounder for Team Afghanistan and of course Sunrisers Hyderabad, Mr. Mohammad Nabi. Assalamu alaikum, Mohammad Nabi. How are you?
Wa alaikum salam. I'm fine. How are you? All good, yeah?
Doing extremely well. Middle of the Emirates D50 tournament, down the leg side. Sir, your son Hassan Nabi Isa Khail is playing for Team Emirates Blues. Tell us more about him. Did you force him into cricket or was his passion for the game already there?
No, I didn't force him to play for the cricket, but he loved cricket and also he watched the cricket all the time, and also he watched my videos, my matches all the time. That's why he came to the cricket field here.
Of course, he is also a hard-hitting batter like yourself. He was playing really well today, but chased an outswinger. It was a good delivery. So did you give him some tips, or did you have some coaching advice for him, or you let him play himself?
I think it's a different condition when you're playing in Sharjah, and also when you're playing here in the 7 grounds. It's totally different condition of the pitch as well. And also it's so windy as well. it's more swing of the ball here, depend on in the Sharjah. That's why maybe he needs more practice as a top order batsman, as how the ball leave the ball, and maybe he can learn more.
Absolutely, and who better to learn from than yourself? After all, playing so many years internationally for the Afghan national team, and of course in the IPL itself. And the IPL is starting very, very soon. And so, how are your preparations going for that?
Yeah, the preparation is good. We just came from 100 balls, and the weather is really hot here in Dubai. We try to adjust with this kind of weather, and yeah, the team is coming on first. Inshallah, we'll try and join the team early as possible, and also we'll try start our preparation for the IPL.
Absolutely, one of the outstanding teams. Along, you have your national teammate Rashid Khan with you as well, Johnny Bairstow as well, Kane Williamson as well. So lots of star power in that team. And what is the difference between playing IPL in the UAE and playing IPL in India? What do you feel is the biggest difference?
I think it's different. It's about condition, and also about the crowd of the Indian home crowd and away crowd. It's more different. This is the one thing, and also it's pitch of the condition is a totally change of in Dubai and also in India. Yeah.
But as a top class off spinner like yourself, I'm sure you're enjoying yourself bowling here in Sharjah where you get a lot of turn. It's difficult for batting, but then you can always hit those sixes down the main highway.
Yeah, it's. I think it's from last few years. The condition of the pitches of Dubai is totally changed. And if you play in Abu Dhabi, in Dubai, in Sharjah, they are all green wickets now. No, I see the Sharjah grounds pitches is also totally green as well. Let's see how it's behavior of the pitches. Then we can do over that.
Absolutely, we need to make more turning pitches for Mohammad Nabi with those big off-spin deliveries. And of course, you were also playing for the Karachi Kings in the PSL this year. You played a very good hand against my favorite team, the Lahore Qalandars. You hit many huge sixes at the NSK, but thankfully, we won the game. So how was that experience like?
Yeah, it's after a long time I playing in Karachi. I played in 2008-9 in the Pakistan Custom as a guest play. 4-day cricket. I played a lot of 4-day game against Pakistan Custom. Yeah, it's a totally different experience in PSL for the second time in the Karachi, and also the pitch is really good for the batting. That's why I played really well as a batting group, not as a bowling. Yeah.
Absolutely, I still remember you. I think you hit one over the roof on the square leg side. And I was doing commentary. I'm like, my God, Mohammad Nabi is going to make 250 here, the way he was striking that ball last night. But thankfully, Shaheen Shah Afridi bowled really well and took us to the victory. And of course, 68 for 2 here for Team Sharjah. Rahul Bhatia into the attack. And of course, after the IPL, there's the mega tournament, the World T20 itself. Afghanistan is going to be in the group with Pakistan, New Zealand, and of course going to be determined who will qualify from the likes of Ireland, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh. So how do you see the prospects and your preparation for the World T20?
Yeah, the preparation isn't start now because still have 1.5 month for the World Cup. Inshallah, the management will be decided when we are starting the preparation for the team. Maybe visit early in Dubai to adjust with the condition, with the weather, and also with the pitches. It's our home ground as well. We play a lot of cricket in Abu Dhabi, Dubai, and Sharjah. And it will be suitable for us in the World Cup, and inshallah we'll try our best to perform in the in the World Cup, and we won most of the games yet. Yeah. 68 for 2 here for Team Sharjah. Rahul Bhatia into the attack. And of course, after the IPL, there's the mega tournament, the World T20 itself. Afghanistan is going to be in the group with Pakistan, New Zealand, and of course going to be determined who will qualify from the likes of Ireland, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh. So how do you see the prospects and your preparation for the World T20?
Yeah, the Absolutely. If they have crowds, we are hoping for the World T20. So the match between Afghanistan and Pakistan is going to be absolutely incredible. You played a thriller in the 2018 Asia Cup. We just won by a very little margin, very close game. And of course, you just recently played the ICC full 50 over World Cup in 2019. Please talk to us about that experience, how that was for you.
Yeah, it's a really good experience in playing in England, 50 over World Cup over there. We have a lot of crowd over there as well for the support. And also we played a lot of most of the games are really close against India, against Pakistan, against West Indies, against Sri Lanka. Mostly we won the games that and just at the end we lose the game, but it's a good experience, and also the guys perform really well. But if we try a little bit more at the end, uh, hopefully we win most of the games as well.
Especially the match against India, it was very close. You could have won that game quite easily. And of course, the one against Pakistan, Imad Wasim, in the end, taking it away. And of course, let's talk about the future though. Your son is already part of the UAE domestic scene. Do you think he has the passion? Do you think he has the drive to go all the way and play for the Afghan national team?
Yeah, he have that ability to improve himself, and also he love cricket a lot, and also uh, he have a great talent in this age. He just 16, but he have more power, and also he have a lot of technique.
Are you
really
sure
well.
he has more power than you?
Yeah,
You're
in
saying
the-
this on air because he's going to record it and tell you, Baba, you said this to me.
Yeah, it's in this age. I wasn't that good that Hassan is at that time, and I in 2000 in when I was 21, 22 at that age, I was really good as a power hitter, not in the age of 16 and 17. That's why I'm telling that he's more power in this age.
Absolutely. So thank you so much to Mr. Mohammad Nabi, the superstar, joining us in the com box for the Emirates D50. Thank you so much for your time. Take care.
Thank you very much.
Right then, a lot of guests coming in for the Emirates D50. We thank Mohammad Nabi for his time in the com box. And we have a sideline interview. Over to Abdur Rahman.
Hi, so I'm here with Shah Hussain, who's the Emirates Blues manager slash coach, and he's also been part of the ECB setup for the last 22 years. So if you play cricket in the UAE, there's no way you don't know him. Shah साहब क्या हाल चाल है?
शुक्र अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, आप कैसे हो? ठीक ठाक हो?
ठीक-ठाक। इस टाइम एमिरेट्स ब्लूज़ की जो टीम है, हम देख रहे हैं कि काफ़ी यंग लड़के हैं। पिछली 2-3 दफ़ा थोड़े से एक्सपीरियंस प्लेयर्स भी थे और यंग लड़के थे, मगर इस बार तो पूरी यंग टीम है।
हाँ, आपको पता होगा कि हम अंडर 19 वर्ल्ड कप में हैं, तो ये अब यही से हमने प्रिपरेशन स्टार्ट की है। तो ऑलमोस्ट ये सारे जो है ना अंडर 19 है, 2-3 जो है ना वो भी है, लेकिन वो अंडर 21 है। तो हम अभी से टीम डेवलप कर रहे हैं।
हाँ जी, इसीलिए हमने नोट किया अलीशान शरफू कैप्टन है इस टीम का भी, और काफ़ी रुद्रा महादेव और काफ़ी सारे अच्छे अंडर 19 लड़के हैं। कैसा कॉन्फिडेंस है इस बार अंडर 19 टूर्नामेंट के लिए?
इस दफ़ा तो हम बहुत ही पुरुमीद हैं, क्योंकि अब अलीशान जो है ऑलरेडी नेशनल टीम को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है। इस तरह एक दो और भी हैं जो रिप्रेजेंट पहले से नेशनल टीम में खेल रहे हैं, और डोमेस्टिक परफॉर्मेंस बहुत अच्छी है। तो ही इज़ वेरी टैलेंटेड, तो उम्मीद बहुत ज़्यादा है।
अच्छा, एमिरेट्स क्रिकेट और ईसीबी की टीम के बारे में थोड़ा सा डिस्कस करेंगे। मैं जैसे आपसे पहले बोल रहा था, काफ़ी सारे लोग ये मुझसे पूछते हैं यार कि हम किस तरह खेलें ईसीबी के कैंप में, या हम इस टूर्नामेंट में किस तरह खेलें। तो हमने देखा जैसे जुनैद सिद्दीकी डोमेस्टिक में बड़ा अच्छा परफॉर्म किया, उसको अपॉर्चुनिटी मिली यहाँ पे आके खेलने के लिए। क्या करना चाहिए यहाँ के डोमेस्टिक क्रिकेटर्स को कि वो नज़रों में आए लोगों की?
अच्छा, हम 3-4 साल से इसको जो है ना, हमने एक अपना ऐप है जो इसका क्रिक क्लब का है, वो डायरेक्ट जितने भी डोमेस्टिक क्रिकेट होते हैं और काउंसल्स भी यूज़ कर रहे हैं वो ऐप, तो वो जो है ना ऑटोमेटिक वो जो स्टेटिस्टिक है हमारे पास आते हैं। तो हेड कोच भी वो देखता है, हम भी देखते हैं एज ए डेवलपमेंट ऑफिसर। हम जितने भी डोमेस्टिक क्रिकेट होता है तो सब पे हमारी नज़र होती है, और वही से जो है ना हम फिर उनको नेशनल कैंप में बुलाते हैं, और यही प्रोसेस होता है कि डोमेस्टिक में आप परफॉर्म करो, ऑटोमेटिकली आप नेशनल कैंप में आ जाओ।
अच्छा, आप माशाल्लाह आकिब जावेद के टाइम पे भी एज व्हेन ही वाज कोच भी थे, डगी ब्राउन भी थे, अब रॉबिन सिंह के आने से हमने काफ़ी नोटिस किया कि फ़िटनेस वगैरह पे काफ़ी कंसंट्रेशन है। तो डिफरेंट कोचेस ने थोड़ी सी डिफरेंट अप्रोच लाई है ईसीबी की क्रिकेट के लिए।
जी बिल्कुल, जब से अब अगर मैं शुरू करूं कि 2009 में जब कबीर खान आया तो वहां से हमारी क्रिकेट ग्रूम हुई। 2009 में हम ए डिवीज़न में आए, ठीक है। हम डिवीज़न 3 में थे, डिवीज़न 3 में जीत के 2009 में नमीबिया को हरा के डिवीज़न 1 में आ गए। फिर 4 डे हमें मिला। कबीर के बाद आकिब जावेद आया जिसने क्रिकेट बिल्कुल चेंज कर दी। ही वाज वेल प्रोफेशनल। तो वहाँ से फिर आते हुए फिर और कोचेज़ आते गए। अब रॉबिन सिंह आया है, ही इज़ ट्रूली प्रोफेशनल, और वो जो है ना उसका जो प्लान है बहुत ज़बरदस्त है। तो उम्मीद है हम जो है ना बहुत जल्द वन ऑफ द टॉप लेवल क्रिकेट।
ये बात एंडी से भी डिस्कस हुई थी जब वो कमेंट्री बॉक्स में आए थे, आपने भी ये बात बोली। तो आई थिंक काफ़ी क्लियर 1-2 साल का प्लान है कि यूएई की क्रिकेट को कहाँ लेके जाना है। तो लोकल क्रिकेटर्स को क्या करना चाहिए नज़रों में आने के लिए? जब वही बात हुई, बट नॉट जस्ट दैट, फिटनेस, ये सारी चीज़ें, काफ़ी सारी चीज़ें इंपॉर्टेंट होंगी।
बहुत ज़रूरी। अब जो है ना जिस तरह शायद जो डोमेस्टिक खेलते हैं उनको पता नहीं होगा, सबसे पहले तो एलिजिबिलिटी है कि आप यूएई कब रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हो। तो जो भी क्रिकेटर है तो उसको ये दिमाग में रखना चाहिए कि यूएई रिप्रेजेंटेशन के लिए आपको यहाँ 3-3.5 साल रहना है, और 3.5 साल के लिए भी ज़रूरी है कि आप 1 साल में सिर्फ 2 महीने बाहर रह सकते हो। अगर 2 महीने से ज़्यादा आप बाहर रहे, 60 डेज से ज़्यादा रहे, तो आप वो क्वालिफाई नहीं कर सकते। तो आपके 3.5 साल तभी पूरे होंगे कि हर साल आप 10 महीने यहाँ रहो, सिर्फ 2 महीने बाहर रह सकते हो। अगर 10 महीने से एक दिन भी ज़्यादा हो गए तो वो साल आपका ज़ाया हो जाए।
थैंक यू शाह साहब, ये बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट इन्फॉर्मेशन है लोगों के लिए, क्योंकि काफ़ी कन्फ्यूजन होता है। काफ़ी सारे क्रिकेटर होते हैं यार कि हमने 10-12 हज़ार रन कर दिए हैं क्रिक हीरोज़ के ऐप के ऊपर, मगर हम लोगों को कोई नज़र में नहीं रखता। तो ये बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट है। अच्छा, जस्ट टू फिनिश ऑफ अगेन, यहाँ पे हमें जो देखने को मिल रहा है कि काफ़ी सारा फोकस जो है वो यूथ पे है, वो यंग प्लेयर्स पे है, मगर जो 32, 33, 34 ईयर ओल्ड प्लेयर्स हैं, क्या उनके पास भी अभी चांस है? अगर वो परफॉर्म करते हैं, क्या वो नज़रों में हैं?
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, सब नज़रों में। लेकिन अब जो है ना जो रियलिटी देखें कि फ्रेंचाइज क्रिकेट इतने हो गए हैं ना। पहले हम अगर 10 साल पहले ले तो हम रिलाई करते थे एक्सपेट्रिएट पे, जो पाकिस्तान, इंडिया, श्रीलंका में खेल के आते थे, यहाँ खेलते थे और नेशनल टीम के लिए आते थे। अब जो है ना कोई भी अच्छा प्लेयर यहाँ नहीं आएगा। हर मुल्क में अपना फ्रेंचाइज सिस्टम है। थोड़ी सी जो अच्छी क्रिकेट खेलता है उसको लिविंग के लिए अच्छा मिल जाता है। तो हम अब जो है ना प्योरली अपने उस पर टैलेंट पर डिपेंड करेंगे, और यही हमारी पॉलिसी है, यही हमारी स्ट्रेटजी है कि यही से ग्रूम करें। लेकिन जो टैलेंटेड है, चाहे एज कुछ भी हो, अगर वो फिट है, फिटनेस इज़ द की, फिट है और परफॉर्म कर रहा है।
ये हमने वैसे देखा है, जैसे आपने बोला ईसीबी की अभी जो करंट टीम है उसके अंदर भी आई थिंक 100% यूएई ग्रोन प्लेयर्स हैं। तो इट्स गुड टू सी कि ये फोकस है, क्योंकि काफ़ी सारे अब आप कह लें कैंप्स हैं, अंडर 19, अंडर 16, काफ़ी सारी एकेडमीज़ हो गई हैं। तो ऑब्वियसली इन बच्चों ने भी तो कहीं खेलना है ना।
एग्जैक्टली। देखो यहाँ पे अब छोटा सा मुल्क है और हमारे पास 46 रजिस्टर्ड एकेडमीज़ हैं। एक टाइम पे 4-5-6 साल पहले 12 ग्राउंड थे, अब 36 ग्रासी ग्राउंड्स है। तो यहाँ पे जो है ना फैसिलिटी बहुत ज़्यादा है, इंटरनेशनल लेवल के फैसिलिटीज़ है, और सबके लिए चांस है। तो उम्मीद है कि नेक्स्ट 4-5 ईयर्स में ये बहुत ग्रूम करेगी।
थैंक यू सो मच शाह साहब, बड़े मुश्किल सवाल पूछे, सॉरी, मगर मुझे काफ़ी सारे लोगों ने प्रेशर किया था कि ज़रा पूछे भाई हम लोग कैसे नज़रों में आए, बट दिस इज़ वेरी गुड इन्फॉर्मेशन। थैंक यू फॉर शेयरिंग दिस। बैक टू यू गाइज।
A very detailed interview there by Abdur Rahman. Meanwhile, big appeal from Rahul Bhatia. The umpire is thinking about it. Very, very close. Might just have pitched outside the line. 19 overs gone. It's 73 for 2. Farazuddin to continue here. Nicely punched off the back foot into the gap by Rizwan CP. So he's content to just sit in for a while, build a partnership with his captain Rohan Mustafa. They've stitched together a decent partnership here. 74 for 2. Rohan not quite gotten going just yet. Farazuddin in his second over here. And after that lengthy interview, my co-commentator Abdur Rahman has raced back into the comm box. He's breathing heavily, but I'm going to get him on air.
It was not bad under the shade, to be honest. It's still better than what was yesterday. But it was very interesting to speak to Shah, who's one of the development officer for ECB. You know what ECB's plans are for not just the youth of UAE, but UAE cricket in general.
Absolutely gave us a lot of information. "20 overs gone, 75 for 2.
Rahul continues to bowl around the wicket. Interesting angle to bowl to the left-hander, especially with the ball, trying to turn the ball into him. But he's been steady so far, 4 runs off his 2.1 overs. Again, slightly shorter length, pitched outside off. Rizwan CP trying to clear his arms, trying to go over the extra cover region, but dot ball.
Final delivery of his over, Rahul Bhatia, into an excellent rhythm. Just 6 runs off his 3 overs. 21 overs gone, 77 for 2. Farazuddin to continue, so it's a twin spin attack right now. Bowling those quick flat off spin. And Punya Mehra, still waiting to see him. He's been very highly regarded by my co-commentator Abdur Rahman. 31 of 54 for Rizwan CP. And look at that, sportsman spirit at his finest. Maybe Sanchit can tie the shoes together.
Yeah.
It's proving hard to break this partnership.
I think that's the only way to get CP to lose his concentration. He's looking really good in the middle there.
Run rate just a tick below, not a tick below, but below 4 right now. So very much in rebuilding mode here. They have a lot of power hitting in Mohammad Bhuta, Umar Ali Khan, so they can afford to sit in for a while.
It's a very traditional 50 over approach. Go a little bit slow, build in the middle, and then go ballistic at the end. As you said, they've got a very strong batting lineup.
Oh, lofted drive there from from Rizwan CP against Farazuddin. Very, very lucky not to go straight down the throat of long off.
I think the wind held it up just a little bit. Nilansh was heading in, trying to put in that dive, but fell just short. Faraz will be highly disappointed.
Oh, excellent arm ball there from Faraz. Came into Rohan, played it absolutely dead straight. Could have been an opportunity for Cotton bowled. But the best thing about Farazuddin's bowling, he goes through his over in seconds, so to speak. Just like Rohan Mustafa himself. This time punch towards mid-off, not going for a single.
A very similar approach to the bowling as well. If you see he's bowling full sort of Yorker land, maybe swinging it rather than turning it, something that Rohan does really well.
This time they do get that single down the ground. The partnership nearing 50 there. Two elder statesmen of the side showing their quality and experience. 32 of 55 for Rizwan CP. Works it way towards square leg, who's slightly finer. Good running. 22 overs gone, 80 for 2. Rahul Bhatia to continue his left arm orthodox spin. Lovely punch through extra cover from Rizwan CP. The cover sweeper having to work hard. They're pushing for 2, chance for a run out. And he's made it. They look quite confident. Very, very good running. The 50 partnership has been brought up with that shot. Very close. Rahul Bhatia. Very close. Slightly away from the stumps. Needed to be closer. But that's an excellent call and excellent commitment from Rohan Mustafa.
Well, one of the coaches of the Sharjah team would probably want to have a look at that, because if you're a cricket purist, Rohan's running was a little bit dicey there. He has his glove in his hand. He plonked the bat in rather than ground it in. Very close. A direct hit would have been interesting.
Drag towards mid-on, but it's in the circle, so they're not going to take a chance against that man, Fahad Nawaz. Very, very good fielder. It's a very, very good fielding side, the Emirates Blues. All young, youthful, have played a lot of youth cricket at the national level. So they have good team chemistry and excellent work ethic. Worked off the back foot. Would have been in serious trouble if he had missed that one, but Rizwan is watching the ball so closely, there was no chance of that happening. Swept away. The slip giving chase, square leg getting around, but that will reach the fence. Excellent shot there from Rizwan CP.
Very good looking sweep shot. Rahul Bhatia trying to turn that ball from leg, middle and leg, but Rizwan CP covers the line, plays all over it, keeps it down, right to the boundary for 4. Very good looking shot.
Really good execution. Showing his full array of strokes. And Rahul Bhatia had settled into a rhythm. Now he has something to think about.
Ahmed Rahul is one of those bowlers that tries to turn the ball. If you see, the comparison between him and somebody like a Nilansh. Nilansh doesn't turn the ball as much, but Rahul's strength is the slower delivery, turning the ball off the wicket. So if there isn't a lot of turn, he can get into a little bit of trouble with his line and length.
Rizwan has now moved on to 39. Has allowed Rohan Mustafa to take his time. Oh, excellent delivery there. Gave it a bit of a tweak, some flight. He recognized that it was the orthodox spinning delivery and left it.
Yeah, CP's played against him quite a bit, so he knew that ball's going to return. You would not want to do that with somebody like Nilansh bowling, because that's going to crash into middle and off.
Punched off the back foot, but straight to the fielder. 23 overs gone. 86 for 2. Farazuddin to continue, tried to slash it away, did Rohan Mustafa. Perhaps getting bogged down a bit. Has faced 50 odd deliveries and still on 17. Nice flighted delivery, lovely effort there. Look at that, 17 of 52. That's definitely not his natural way of batting.
But knowing Rohan, he's not going to get bogged down. He knows he can cover up in the later stages of the innings.
Nicely worked away into the gap between cover point. It's a big square and they'll easily pick up 2. Good execution of that late square cut.
And again, good running between the wickets. One of the things that Rohan does really well is push his partner. So if he's calling for 2, you better run for 2. Otherwise, you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Demands a lot out of his batting partner, as you should. This time hit away towards extra cover, once again into the gap. And the young Emirates Blue sides are enjoying these picture-perfect conditions for cricket, throwing themselves around on this beautiful outfield. That is one area where they can definitely shade the balance towards them. Hard fielding, working hard in this heat. Off the outer edge of the bat, bit of a straighter one from Farazuddin. Another Outstanding young cricketer. Three-dimensional, bats well, extremely good in the field, and a very handy offie as well.
Well, some would say he is the best fielder in the UAE circuit at the moment. So yeah, good bowler, but definitely one of the best fielders in the UAE.
Gets through his over very quickly there. 24 overs gone. Sharjah are now 90 for 2. Taking a look at the bowling analysis here for the Emirates Blues. Nilansh Keswani, none for 34 in his 8 overs. Excellent jobs. Sanchit Sharma, 2 for 16 in his 5 overs. The pick of the bowler so far. Alishan Sherfu, the captain, came in for a 3-over burst. None for 18. And it's been the spin twins of Rahul and Farazuddin. 4 overs, none for 12 for Rahul Bhatia, and 4 overs, none for 10 for the off-spinner Farazuddin. So doing a very good job keeping the run rate in check. They would like to break this partnership though. It's gone past 50. And that man on screen is very capable of doing exactly that. Rizwan CP. Coming down the ground, lofted drive. And it's taken an outstanding catch. There you go. That man, Sanchit Sharma, diving across to his right, has picked up the key wicket of Rizwan.
That's a brilliant catch though. That ball was dipping on him. Sanchit, again, one of the fittest players in the UAE circuit, dives and takes a beautiful catch. CP will be very disappointed though, throwing his wicket away like that.
Beautifully executed there in the field. And now, Team Sharjah have been hit big time. 40 of 65 was looking good for a big innings, but it has come to an end for Rizwan CP. Right then, the new batter coming in is wicketkeeper batsman Mohammad Bhuta. Very, very experienced, been part of the UAE national team. And we're once again in for a bit of a rebuild here, Abdur Rahman.
Bhuta was the highest run scorer for the Emirates Blues team in the D10 tournament. He had a fantastic tournament. So, yeah, again, he's going to have a big role to play here. But ECB Blues will be thinking, if we can get another wicket, you know, we're going to get into Ikram and Umair Ali, and that's going to be a difficult situation for these guys because Umair is used to playing very low, very late into the order. So if I'm Emirates Blues, I'm hoping I can get one more wicket here really quickly.
Rahul Bhatia then, 1 for 12, gets the prize scalp of Rizwan CP. Mohammad Bhuta, slip in place. Good delivery, turning away from him, but Bhuta taking his time. Been a while since he's back in action in the UAE domestic scene, but of course it is the Emirates D50. You need to bring out all the big guns, and he's one of them. What can you tell us about Bhuta, Abdur Rahman?
Well, I mean, he's been in and around for such a long time. Almost everybody knows the way he plays. Very devastating batsman. If he gets settled in, you know, no boundary is big enough for him to clear. So it'll be interesting to see his approach, though. As you said, he's just come back. Maybe take some time to settle in before he goes ballistic.
90 for 3. We're almost at the halfway stage of the Sharjah innings. Rohan Mustafa has just gotten into his 20s. Safely leaving that one. Giving it a bit of a tweak there, Rahul. Even Bhuta having a bit of a smirk that, wow, that really turned.
It's good to see Alishan attack, though, with the slip on the new batsman. You can easily give him a couple of singles, but they've got everybody close in.
Excellent over there from Rahul. 90 for 3 at the halfway stage. $90 for 3. 25 overs gone. Rohan Mustafa just bunting it down the ground. So Farazuddin is giving some excellent overs here. Just 11 runs conceded in 4 overs and a bit. Going through his overs quite quickly. And before you know it, he's bowled 6 and you've barely gotten any runs. Flicked away towards square leg. Oh, bad bounce. But Sanchit, that man, he can't do anything wrong in the field tonight.
It seems like he's everywhere, isn't it? The ball's chasing him as well. But very good fielding after that bad bounce.
Punch down the ground and Mohammad Bhutta does get going. It's always a relief to get off the dreaded knot. And if he hangs around for about 20-30 deliveries, you can bet that he's going to get a quick score. Very, very clean striker of the ball. Devastating in that cow corner square leg region. Foolish delivery, hard extra cover drive. Only to the sweeper though. So Sharjah, perhaps one of these two definitely needs to get going in a while. Both are extremely capable. They need to get that score up to that 250 plus region to really challenge the Blues. Down the leg side, off the pad. Rohan is, as always, is interested for a quick single.
Yeah, well, interesting shot that. Bhutta just left it and let it hit his pad. But yeah, you're absolutely right. You know, they need to get a move on if they want to get to that 260 mark.
26 overs gone. Excellent over from Faraz. 93 for 3. Rahul Bhatia continuing here. Only 12 runs conceded in his 5 overs so far, and the prized wicket of Rizwan CP to his name. So this spin strangle is definitely on here from the Emirates Blues.
And they still have Aditya Shetty to bowl. It's going to be interesting when he brings them on.
Turning into the pads. Rohan has to be very careful playing around it. Rahul, no discernible change in his action, but can tweak the ball both ways. A very fine bowler.
Yeah, Ahmed, you're absolutely right. He's one of those left-arm spinners that the UAE camp is taking very good care of. Along with Ahmed Raza, he's one of the premier bowlers. And again, very different from the likes of Nilansh. Has both varieties.
Hard cut away from Rohan Mustafa, this time into the gap. Beats the point fielder and goes all the way for 4. Lightning quick feet, slightly short, and he pounced on it.
Good looking shot there by Rohan. Finally gets to free his arms. gets it into the gap for 4. He must be very relieved after a string of dot balls against him.
The margins of error are oh so fine when Rohan Mustafa is at the crease. Down the ground this time, perhaps looking to drop kick him over mid-wicket, but Rahul Bhatia recognized it, pulled his length back. Very, very clever. Dot ball to end the over. 27 overs gone, 97 for 3. For us to continue. Only 13 runs conceded in his 5 overs as well. So him and Rahul forming an excellent spin bowling duo here. Sharjah not getting away in the middle overs. Good punch off the back foot there from Bhuta towards mid-wicket. So he is quite circumspect. Only 2 runs off 11 deliveries so far. But you can't let him get set.
Yeah, Ahmed, as you said, he's not been in and around for the past few weeks. A lot of these guys are coming back from holidays, so it does look like he's a little bit rusty. But again, knowing Bhuta, it's going to take him just a couple of balls, get his confidence back. If he gets a few hits in, Emirates Blue is going to be in a bit of trouble.
Meanwhile, Rohan Mustafa continues his vigil at the crease, 26 of 64. He is the key player right now for Sharjah. He needs to hang in there for at least another 12-13 overs. Look at that, Farazuddin. Absolutely brilliant. He really, really loves his fielding. Excellent over there. 98 for 3 after 28. Right then, a change in the bowling. Aditya Shetty already befuddling his spinners, his fielders, making Nilhansh Keswani miss that one. Tell us more about him, Abdurrahman.
Well, Aditya Shetty is actually one of those surprise packages. He announced himself on the scene when he bowled for Emirates Blues in the inaugural D10 tournament. He didn't play the first few games and then came into bowl and was taking wickets for fun. Very consistent, gives the ball a lot of loop. He's going to turn it a mile. So it'll be interesting to see Bhuta's approach against him because Bhuta loves hitting leg spinners.
Short wide cut away. The sweeper will clean up.
And an interesting thing that Aditya does is he bowls his googly very early. It gives him confidence as a bowler. And if he lands that in the right place, he knows he's going to bowl a good spell. So it's going to be interesting to see when that googly comes in.
This is going to be interesting. Left hand, right hand combination against the wrist spin. Aditya just tweaking his field. Typical leg spinner, has that nervous energy. Good delivery right on the spot. And a slip in place too, so good captaincy from Alishan Sharfu.
I'm not sure if you noticed it, but there is a slight change in his action from his previous tournaments that he's played. He was injured, so it's good to see that he's come back and he's flighting the ball, landing it in the right place as early as that.
Flicked away towards square leg, and that is the 100 up for Team Sharjah. It's taken them quite a while, 28.5 overs, but as long as that man on screen is at the crease, number 88, Rohan Mustafa, they'll feel good about themselves. Aditya has settled into a good rhythm here. Only 2 runs conceded so far. Oh, beautiful delivery. Enticed him into reaching for that and turned away. That's more like it.
That will give Aditya a lot of confidence, that turn off the wicket. Ahmed, if I'm a batting man, I'm thinking he's going to bowl a googly now from that same spot.
Top spinner there to end the over. 29 overs gone. Excellent one from Aditya. 100 for 3. Umair Ali Khan, Muhammad Ikram, Akif Raja still to come for Team Sharjah. But one does get the feeling that if that man, Rohan Mustafa, does not play a long innings, they might get out due to frustration against some very, very top quality spin bowling from Emirates Blues.
Sharjah's batting lineup, there are 2 names that you've not heard of, Ikram and Sardar Bahzad, but they've been in very good domestic form. Sardar is actually a finisher for Rohan's team, Rohan's club. So it'll be very interesting to see Umair and Sardar's role in the last sort of 10-15 overs.
Trying to force that one through the offside. He's been out there for an absolute age, but still his timing has looked patchy. This time that square drive is so good at, but will only get 1 run at the most. Mohammad Bhutta, 3 of 15. He is one to watch out for against spin. Perhaps needs to counter-attack a bit here. Just blocking it away on the offside. And the good thing about having spinners who get through the overs quickly, the over rate from Emirates Blues is quite good. Really racing through. Lofted drive down the ground. Falling short of long on though. Didn't quite catch it on the blade.
Yeah, he's actually lucky he's not timed that well, because if that had hit the middle of the bat, that would probably carry to the fielder rather than go over the rope, especially because of the wind. But Faraz is bowling really well. He's given them very good control and given Alishan the opportunity to rotate his bowlers from the other side.
Up his drive, just falling short of short extra cover. Farazuddin, his control of his lines has been absolutely outstanding today. Throws it up once again, daring him. Rohan Mustafa didn't take the bait. 30 overs gone. 103 for 3. Aditya Shetty continuing. Very different kind of leg. He holds with a very high arm action. Doesn't go a bit round arm to get that turn. But he has a very, very good wrist action on the ball. Reverse sweep with a slip in place. Rohan Mustafa. You know he's getting frustrated when he tries that.
Yes. Well, it is his get out shot. You know, you'll see Rohan play the paddle, the reverse sweep, the conventional sweep. If he's stuck, obviously with the spinner, the better option is to go with the reverse sweep.
Tries it again and bowled him round his legs. Aditya Shetty gets the big man. One shot too many. The frustration was building and Rohan Mustafa has been cleaned up.
Well, that's a poor shot in the context of the match. He was settled in. He's played all those balls. You know, he's in there with the leg spinner turning the ball into him. Maybe go with the conventional sweep rather than the reverse one. But knowing Rohan, he missed the first one. He wanted to show he's going to get the second reverse sweep out. Unfortunate to be dismissed for 29 of 75 balls.
Only one delivery in his 75 ball vigil there for Rohan Mustafa. It's very rare to see that. And Mohammad Ikram striding in at number 6 for Sharjah.
Ikram's been in very good form in the domestic circuit. He had a very good Ramadan tournament locally. So it'll be interesting to see his approach. He's come ahead of some big names. So there'll be a lot of pressure on him to perform as well.
Aditya Shetty into the action, getting the big wicket of Rohan Mustafa. Googly straight away to Ikram, but he read it beautifully, cut away to the cover sweeper for a single. My goodness, I must say, Abdurrahman, the skill level on show here in this tournament has been through the roof.
Yeah, he's very young. You know, a lot of people don't realize that Aditya Shetty, Faraz, these guys are below 20. So for them to, you know, bowl the googly with so much confidence, bowl the arm ball, land them at such a nice place. See, again, a second googly. That's the point where you know that Shetty is bowling with a lot of confidence when he's bowling those googlies.
Having a word with the keeper, keeper to keeper. Bhuta, of course, keeps for Team Sharjah. He's like, look at this lad. Getting that googly to come in off the pitch. Extremely, extremely impressive. Short and wide this time. A harsh call from the umpire. Could have let it go. But I guess he wants to see a good run chase. 105 on the board. Team Sharjah a bit stuck here right now. Losing wickets. Not being able to counter-attack. Top spinner to end the over. Excellent one from Aditya Shetty. 105 for 4. Farazuddin to continue. Will be interesting to see when Rahul Bhatia comes back into the attack. Mohammad Ikram, new to the crease. Another very fine player. Has the key role of batting in the middle order for Team Sharjah.
Ahmed, again for Sharjah, the thing is, this particular number where Ikram has come in, they have another batsman called Wasim Bari who's been again very good domestically. So there will be a lot of pressure on Ikram to perform.
Pulled away towards square leg, but there is a sweeper in place. Yes, Wasim Bari, very, very fine player. One of my favorite players in the UAE domestic scene. Love watching his batting. And keeping such a big name out certainly shows the confidence they have in Ikram. Bhuta lofting it down the ground, but slightly to the left of long off. Once again, not perfectly timed. He does look quite out of sync right now. 5 of 20. Farazuddin has had the ball on an absolute string, not giving any room. Slog sweep this time towards the square leg boundary, and this time it will go for 4. Mohammad Ikram getting on with the game.
Yeah, good looking shot, showing some confidence in himself. Gets the ball outside off stump, shuffles across and plays it to the fine leg boundary for 4. Very good looking shot in the context of the match.
He read the length early and immediately capitalized. A good shot created there. Nelson on the board for Sharjah. Hope it doesn't prove to be unfortunate. Once again, big appeal. Farazuddin is pleading with the umpire. My goodness, that looked very, very close.
Very close indeed. Maybe going down leg stump. Again, one of those DRS clipping decisions. Ooh. That was very, very close. Very, very unlucky for us.
Very fortunate to still be there, Mohammad Ikram. Aditya Shetty to continue from the other end. Slip in place. My co-commentator is, of course, a leggy himself, so he's really enjoying this spell.
You know what, Ahmed? Shetty was actually one of those bowlers that kept me out of my own team. We had to give him the chance and I had to sit out and be the 12th man.
Okay, no wonder you're quiet praising Aditya. Look at that top spinner. Excellent reaction in the slips. Very close. If that was even a couple of inches to the right, Mohammad Bhuta would have been sent packing.
It was good to see that energy from the Emirates Blues kids. You saw the reaction of Ansh. They're backing their bowler to get them another breakthrough.
Lovely. Excellent flight. Excellent lines. My goodness. It's just a different game altogether when a leggy is at full flow and full rhythm.
Yeah, 100%. You know what would be really interesting to see? Somebody like Aditya Shetty bowl and let's say a first class game with a red ball, 4 fielders, around the bat.
Oh, look at that fielding off his own bowling. Hard punch by Mohammad Bhuta. And Aditya Shetty was all over that. Fantastic. Not only is he a skillful bowler, but a very, very competent fielder. Googly slightly short and flicked away towards mid-wicket. So Bhuta did read that quite well, but he's taken 4 deliveries to get off strike in this over. That's not acceptable.
Well, Aditya won't mind this. Ikram playing the shots that he is, putting his pad in front, trying to reverse, trying to sweep him. Aditya will fancy his chances against Ikram.
Those are, of course, our title sponsors, Wolf777 News. Short and wide. Tried to cut that away, but it turned away from the bat. Really, really proud to link up with them in the production of this tournament. All playing a part to bring this to light. Kicked away towards long on by Ikram. So we've seen that he's looking to counter-attack the spin. Took on Farazuddin. But Aditya Shetty is a very different kind of challenge. He has that googly, and he's been showing it to him that I have that. It's a game within a game. "33 overs gone, 115 for 4. Change in the bowling once again. Farazuddin has been replaced by Rahul Bhatia. 1 for 16. This time Ikram trying to cut that away. And proactive captaincy from Alishan Sharfo. He saw that Ikram was looking to counter-attack. Boom, immediately changed the bowler.
Yes, that's a very interesting change. Again, Rahul's trying to bowl stump to stump but turn the ball away. So get that LBW in play a little bit more than what Faraz was doing.
Over extra cover this time. Didn't quite catch it on the blade. But they will scurry through for 2. That's a well-executed shot from Mohammad Ikram.
A safe shot. Deliberately played over the infield. It seems that he's here to up the scoring rate. Maybe give that platform to guys like Umair and Sardar Bazad rather than get bogged down, which we saw in Rohan's knock.
Mohammad Ikram 10 of 10, looking busy at the crease, so to speak. 6 for 25 is Mohammad Bhuta, working hard. And look at the size of those forearms. A flick of those, and that ball is going to end up in the car park. Down the ground, lofted in the air, chance for a catch. What a catch! Can you believe it? Unbelievable take there. Outstanding.
Absolutely brilliant by Ansh Tandon, one of the fittest guys in the UAE circuit. But that's amazing. Bhuta's playing a nothing shot there, but he's inside the circle. That's a brilliant catch. Absolutely brilliant. Went with both hands, which is very important. Big breakthrough for Emirates Blues.
Ansh Tandon, what have you done? That is going to be all over social media this afternoon. Incredible catch. Mohammad Bhuta has to depart. 6 for 26. And that is the moment of the Emirates D50 for me. Ansh Tandon, fully horizontal in the air, over his left shoulder, has taken an absolute blinder. Rahul Bhatia to continue. Solidly behind that is the new batsman Sardar Behzad. 34 overs gone. Pardon me, one delivery remaining. So the fielding has produced some excellent moments here for Emirates Blues. That man, Ansh Tandon. Two incredible catches. Yes, it was an over. 34 overs gone, 118 for 5. Aditya Shetty, only 8 runs conceded in his 3-over spell and a wicket to his name. Bit of an inside edge there. Very, very lucky. Mohammad Ikram is already just 11 deliveries faced, the senior batsman at the crease. That man on your screen, Sardar Behzad. Tell us more about him.
Well, Sardar, I've bowled to him. He's got a devastating sweep shot. He goes over mid-wicket really hard as well, especially against the leg spinners. So with the wind, it's going to be very interesting when he cuts loose.
Trying that late cut, bit of a stifled appeal. Umpire saying no, he didn't get any bat on it. So he's immediately made his intentions clear. He's not going to faff about against Aditya Shetty. He's going to get on with the game. Bit of a mini collapse here for Sharjah. Flighty delivery just clipped away towards mid-wicket. They're pushing for 2. Sardar Behzad is coming back. Confusion. He's been turned back. A misfield. My goodness.
Well, he's very lucky. That misfield has saved him. If the fielder would have caught that ball, Sardar Behzad was in no man land.
Yes, let's take a look. Foolish delivery clipped away towards mid-wicket. And just taking his eye off the ball. Trying to do too much there, Fahad Nawaz. That was an opportunity. On the front foot this time. Aditya Shetty's length is so impeccable. That's what I love about his bowling the most.
And he varies his pace really well. You know, as a leg spinner, doesn't just keep flighting the ball. He'll get that sharp top spinner in as well, as you've seen. Very, very good bowler.
Short and wide, cut away. Look at that fielding at backward point. My goodness. Nilansh Keswani doing an Olympic dive there.
Very important to back your bowlers. Nilansh, having bowled a 7-8 over spell, must be really tired as well. It's good to watch.
Slog sweep towards square leg. Didn't catch it on the blade. So you can see signs of frustration here for Team Sharjah. 35 overs completed. 121 for 5. It's been a masterclass of spin bowling today from Emirates Blues. Alishan Sharfu, a young captain, new to the art, but doing very well already.
I guess, Ahmed, now you can realize why Alishan wanted to field first after winning the toss. He's got that strong spin battery to help him out. Maybe restrict the other team for a low score and chase it down. I think they're confident chasing.
Absolutely. Spot on. Foolish delivery. Oh, look at that. Threw it up. Wanted to check Ikram's intentions. Ikram's like, I see what you did there. I'm not taking the bait.
You know, with the mid on up in the circle, that was a really enticing delivery. Very interesting to see their approach here with Ikram. They want him to go over that fielder.
Well, my co-commentator was certainly tempted. He's padding up, going for a slog. This time flatter delivery, cut away. Cover sweeper doing the job. And good to see consistently there's been a spin in place for all the spinners, keeping the batsman honest. Sardar Behzad, new to the crease. Oh, very late to that one, just jams it. Rahul Bhatia, 2 for 20. It's honestly hard to pick who's been the best spinner on shore.
I agree with you. Ali Shan's a very young captain, as you said. He's shuffled his bowlers so nicely and put pressure on Sharjah. Good to watch. I think Rahul's still been the pick of the bowlers, in my opinion.
Big hit down the ground. Sardar Behzad has launched into it. Oh, look at that fielding at long off. Nilansh Keswani, you absolute champion, coming in from long off. Full length dive and saved 4 runs for his team.
Safe shot from Sardar Behzad, straight down the ground with mid on in the circle. But again, Nilansh does a great job. He is a left-hander, so he's going to his wrong side. For him to stop that boundary, magnificent.
Look at that commitment from Nilansh Keswani. He's a tall lad, getting down quickly. Excellent technique. Technically, the fielding aspect of Emirates Blues has been at a very high level.
Ahmed, with the Emirates cricket people sitting right behind that side screen, I'm sure he had to prove a point as well. So puts in a good dive and saves 2 runs.
And of course, they've joined us in the comm box regularly as well. Andy Russell, the ECB development manager. So he'll be chuffed to bits to see these young charges playing so well.
But it's good to see them at the ground, sitting outside, you know, in that heat, looking at the players, looking at the performances, making sure everybody's being noticed.
Aditya continues. Back of a length. That late cut, that offside ring has not allowed any runs at all. 124 for 5 the score. 14 overs remaining. Well, it's do or die time in my opinion. Somebody needs to make a move. Oh, beauty beats the outside edge. Literally the perfect leg break delivery.
Yeah, that's test match level bowling if you look at it. You know, he's gone for the drive, stopped his shot, beaten the outside edge. Perfect leg spinner.
Slog sweep over mid-wicket this time from Ikram. And once again, Rudra. Look at that technique. My goodness.
Yeah, again, on the knee, going over mid-wicket. Brilliant approach by Rudra. Takes his time, watches that boundary. Brilliant fielding. Absolutely magnificent stuff there.
He's making fielding an art form this afternoon. My goodness. Top spinner there, bit of an appeal, but it was going down leg, and they'll sneak a leg by there. Very high quality stuff here from Emirates Blues. Chance for a run out. Oh, goodness me, that would have been close. Ikram on his heels, taking it a bit casually there. Team Sharjah have not done the basics well today. Hard cut away past the cover fielder. The sweeper will have to work hard. And of course, it's Farazuddin. Look at that throw. My goodness.
Brilliant fielding. Again, we've talked about this. The strength for Emirates Blues is going to be their inner and outer circle fielding. And we've seen that in the last 2 overs. We've basically seen everything. Brilliant catch. Some amazing fielding on the boundary rope as well. Good to watch.
The talent, skill and effort level has been through the roof for Emirates Blues. Another hard cut from Ikram. He's going to challenge Farazuddin. But it's such a big square. It's an easy 2. Productive over here. 130 for 5. back after the drinks break then. 130 for 5, 13 overs remaining for Team Sharjah. It's been a sluggish effort. Lost early wickets, couldn't get going versus the spin strangle put on them by Emirates Blues. Mohammad Ikram and Sardar Behzad trying to make a fist of things.
Most likely they're looking to again Umair to bank them out from here, get them that additional 50 odd runs in the last 10 overs, because otherwise that target is not looking to go above 200.
Indeed. During the toss, Captain Rohan Mustafa wanted to get a score of 250 there or thereabouts, but that will take a special effort to get that at this from this stage of the game. But these two are definitely capable. Trying that late cut, but look at that. The slip fielder moving to more of a gully position. Fantastic reactions.
Yeah, Fahad was anticipating that. I think you might have noticed that he moved slightly to the right, not a conventional first slip. So again, a lot of pressure on Sardar Behzad.
Cut away. My goodness, it was in the air. Bit of a misfield at point. And it will reach the boundary rope. A rare mishap in the field for Emirates Blues.
Or maybe it's the tired legs of Sanchit after having bowled such an amazing spell. He's got a bad bounce that's turned and moved away from him. Yeah, and unfortunate boundary for ECB Blues.
Of course, when you get cut against the spin, it turns to turn off the turf, and that's exactly what happened to Sanchit Sharma. Hitting the pads, bit of an appeal, but sliding down leg. That arm ball from Rahul Bhatia, so hard to pick.
Good comeback after getting hit for 4. Amit, I'm sure you've heard some of the keepers says ghumegi, ghumegi. That's exactly what happened in that last one.
Shout out to Kamran Akmal. Quicker one to end the over. 38 gone, 134 for 5. Aditya Shetty to continue. 1 for 16 in his 5 overs. He has been hypnotizing the Sharjah batters. Ikram, though, has moved on to 18 of 22, playing a good hand here. Oh, that top spinner. Picked it late. He's taken the slip away, Alishan Sharfu. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, 100%. I think he should have stuck with the slip, especially with the ball turning the way it is. Give confidence to Aditya to maybe get that outside edge.
Trying that big slog sweep once again, but bottom edge to fine leg, who gets the throw in quickly. So definite change in attitude here for Mohammad Ikram. He's lifting that big heavy bat of his.
And a change of plan maybe from Emirates Blues as well. Bowl stump to stump, get him to play across the line, towards the bigger boundary.
Flighted delivery, quick hands through the ball, over extra cover, but taken at long off. There you go. Aditya Shetty threw it up. Mohammad Ikram obliged, and that's a safe catch at long off.
Brilliant,
6 down.
Brilliant bowling from Aditya Shetty. He's deserved that breakthrough. Ikram was very lucky to be still there with that LBW appeal a few overs ago. But again, Sanchit, safe as houses. Brilliant catch and very well bowled by Aditya Shetty. Sharjah in a lot of trouble.
Right then, it's the big unit. Umair Ali Khan coming in to the middle for Sharjah. Tell us more about him, Abdurrahman.
He's known as the Dre Russ of the UAE cricket scene. Big hitter of the ball, scores really quickly, takes a little bit of time to get settled in, prefers medium pacers against spinners, to be very honest with you, even though he's a really big lad. But again, a lot banking on him for Sharjah to cross that 200 barrier. If Emirates Blues can get him out early, Sharjah will struggle to cross maybe even 170, 180.
Very, very tricky seam bowler as well. In fact, he's had more success with his bowling these days. Tall, hits the deck hard, gets the ball to nip around. He will like this pitch for the bowling. Let's see if he can execute with the bat as well. But that man on screen, Aditya Shetty, pardon me, is definitely executing with the ball. 2 for 16, sensational. 134 for 6. The wind has picked up once again. You can see blowing across the ground from left to right on your screen. So that leg side could be profitable. Oh, look at that massive googly. Aditya Shetty, one for the future.
Yeah, it's good to see him bowling from that end. You know, the hit is towards the leg side, so that's usually the dangerous side for a leg spinner. But he wants that drift and then turn off the wicket. Really good bowling by Aditya.
Another big googly, big appeal, but sliding down leg, kicked away. And they'll pick up a single. He's trying to set him up for that.
Well, if you notice, that ball kept low, so that will be interesting for Sharjah as well. Obviously, having played on that surface first, they must be recalculating what is a good total now. They have good spinners in their lineup as well. So, dangerous times for Sharjah's batting at the moment.
3 googlies in a row. Very interesting from Aditya Shetty. End of the 39th over, 135 for 6. Rahul Bhatia bowling his final over. Worked away towards point. This is going to be a fun mini battle here. A very intelligent left arm orthodox bowler and the big unit.
One of
Big
the things Sharjah will struggle with now is running between the wickets. You know, these guys are not going to run quick 2s and maybe even a 3. So Emirates has to be on their toes, especially inside the field, not give them that quick single.
Besides the bowling, the fielding itself has been so entertaining from Emirates Blues. 135 for 6. Into the 40th over. Field has been spread. Down the ground comes Umair Ali Khan. He's launched it. And that is a huge 6.
He'll back himself to go straight down the ground and over the fielders. Very good looking shot. Uses his feet. Rahul flighted it, but he got a pitch of the ball. Tonks it over the park for 6 runs. Good looking shot. You see the plan is clear from Umair. He's going to go hell for leather from here.
Umair Ali Khan getting off the mark in style. Massive 6, my goodness. Our studio is not too far from the ground, and I think I heard the thud of that 6. Brilliant hit. Fires it in, clipped away towards fine leg. They're going to push for 2, Umair Ali Khan. Yes, indeed. The keeper is giving a chase himself. And that's enough. So good strategy here from Umair Ali Khan.
Well, that's a bit predictable from Rahul. Again, getting hit for 6 on the ball that was flighted. He went quicker on the pads. Umair was ready for that. And they run 2. He looks like he's out of gas already. But yeah, if anybody can hit the ball towards our tent, that's Umair Ali.
143 for 6. Sardar Behzad on the other end can perhaps afford to just rotate the strike for now. Was looking unsettled. Tried that slog once again, but an inside edge straight to fine leg, pardon me. 2 for 34. Final delivery of his spell. Slow, steady and extremely reliable. Rahul Bhatia.
Yeah, he'll not finish with a wicket. Hopefully Umair's. But he's bowled a really good spell.
Fires in that arm ball and fields it extremely well. Good day in the office for that young man. 40 overs gone. 143 for 6. Right then, let's take a look at the bowling analysis here. We have 10 overs remaining. Farazuddin has 2 overs left. Aditya Shetty also still has 4 overs up his sleeve. So will we see a continuous spin barrage, or will Captain Alishan Sharfu get his fast bowler Sanchit and himself into the attack? It will be interesting to see. Sardar Behzad on strike this time. 7 of 15. Back cut, but straight to backward point. So, Abdur Rahman, if you're in Alishan Sharfu's shoes, how are you going to execute in the last 10 overs?
Well, we've seen that in yesterday's game that Fujairah used their spinners in the last 10 overs from one end and a fast bowler from the other end. Maybe we'll see something similar. But yeah, they still have a lot of overs from Aditya and from Faraz left. Interesting to watch.
Hard cut this time. Cover sweeper will clean up. Aditya Shetty, a rare loose delivery, but he had protection on the boundary. Now this is going to be fun. Umair Ali Khan already has a 6 to his name. Will he attack the wrist spin of Aditya Shetty, who bowls that deceptive googly, or will he just rotate the strike? Aditya making some adjustments in the field, pushing the fine leg back. 144 for 6. Bowled him! Goes for that slog sweep, Umair Ali Khan. The top spinner from Aditya gets his man.
Yeah, he's tempted him to go over that boundary, the mid-wicket fence. A very good field change as well, getting that fine leg in, moving that ball into him. Umair was only going in one direction, which is over mid-wicket. But Aditya's deserved that. Brilliant bowling. Big wicket for Emirates Blues in the last 10 overs. They were hoping, Sharjah was hoping that Umair would have given them at least 30 odd runs. So it'll be interesting to see Sharjah's approach now, where they want to end up in the last 10 overs.
Ayan Khan then coming into bat for Team Sharjah. Another very exciting young prospect, Abdur Rahman.
Yeah, he's very, very talented. Nicknamed the champ. I'm a huge fan of his as well. He usually bats in the top order because he likes pace on the ball. So it'll be interesting to see his approach. I think what they're going to do is just give the strike to Sardar Bazad and see if he can get some lusty blows in.
144 for 7. Sharjah in real trouble of getting bowled out within their allotted 50 overs. Loopy, foolish delivery, clipped away very competently towards square leg. They're pushing for 2. No, they're going to turn back. Good decision. You can't challenge these Emirates Blues lads in the field.
Well, Sardar Bazad's got a very tricky situation. Does he go for his shots and try to get as many runs as possible, or does he play through the next 10 overs? So it's going to be interesting to see his approach, especially against the spinners. He likes to sweep. He likes to hit over mid-wicket.
Lovely delivery, that top spinner once again, beating the outside edge of Sardar Bazad. Really, really enjoying this spell from Aditya. And he still has 3 overs up his sleeve. So he can definitely bowl well into this innings. Hard hit over mid-wicket this time from Sardar Bazad into the gap, trickling away for 4.
Good looking shot that. He backs himself to go over mid-wicket. Again, a very safe shot. 1 bounce into the fence for 4.
Took a chance against Aditya Shetty and it paid off. 149 for 7. Very interesting move here from Alishan Sharfu. He's brought in Nilansh Keswani to bowl at the death. What do you think, Abdurrahman?
Well, he's bowling from the other end. He's not bowling from the end he started from. So interesting to see Ayan's approach here with Nilansh. That's poor from Nilansh. He should have kept Ayan on strike. But he's taken a single first over. I'm going to be very interested to see how Sardar Bazad plays now against the wind.
My co-commentator setting a very high standard for Nilansh Keswani. Back cut from Sardar Bazad. Look at that commitment. Sensational fielding. And they haven't even taken a single. And it's Aditya Shetty himself at point.
Brilliant stuff. He's just completed his an over, standing at point for him to cover all that ground and save that. Amazing stuff.
My goodness. 150 is finally on the board for Sharjah. Late cut once again, this time towards that third man area. Fahad Nawaz giving chase. And he's made it in time. But Sardar Bazad getting frisky at the crease and getting some runs, much needed runs for Team Sharjah.
Well, Nilansh is not helping his captain there by bowling outside off stump. He's brought him in to bowl that stump to stump line. Giving width to Sardar Bazad is not a good idea at this stage. And look at that. Brilliant fielding by Aditya Shetty. Remember, it was his wrong end.
Much better from Nilansh. That secret mic in the outfield coming useful once again. Listening to my co-commentator to bowl it a lot straighter. And Nilansh is like, yes, sir, absolutely. Pulling out of his action there. So he needs to correct his lines, needs to finish the ball within the stumps. And if he plays across the line, then he might pay the ultimate price. Big hit over extra cover this time. That has gone all the way for 6 immediately off the bat. Top shot, Sardar Bazad.
Brilliant shot again with the wind. Nilansh has not bowled a good ball there. Again outside off stump, giving him the room to go over extra cover. A brilliant shot nonetheless. 6 runs. Sardar Bazad looking very confident.
$158 for 7. This gamble from Alishan Sharfu hasn't quite paid off. And excellent batting from Sardar Bezad, just clipping it to square leg for a single to retain the strike. 42 overs gone, 159 for 7. Let's take a look at the bowling scorecard then. 9 overs, none for 44 from Nilansh Keswani. Sanchit Sharma still has 5 overs up his sleeve, 2 for 16. Took 2 excellent wickets in his opening spell. Alishan Sharfu 3 overs, none for 18. Rahul Bhatia has bowled out, 2 for 34. Farazuddin has given 8 very useful overs, none for 23. And the leggy Aditya Shetty, 7 overs, 3 for 22. And he's going to continue here. It's a very difficult art to bowl Rispin at the death. Nicely glided away towards third once again. Nilansh will clean up, and I think he saved a run there. Top stuff.
Yeah, brilliant fielding again, but Aditya Shetty making the same mistake that Nilansh did in last over, giving Sardar Bazad the width to play that late cut. I think the order of the day has to be to bowl stump to stump. Let them hit you across the line and see what happens. It's a very big ground.
Better delivery there, that top spinner. Yes, I agree with you. He needs to keep that third man, short third man, a lot finer, because they are going to place those late glides, looking for those easy runs. Help your bowler. Giving respect to that delivery. Alishan Sharfu there, number 7 on his back. Must be a fan of Cristiano Ronaldo. Loopy full toss there, clip straight towards mid-wicket. Ayan will be disappointed with that shot.
Yeah, it's not easy for somebody like Ayan to come in and play his shots as well. You know, as I said, he's an opener by trade. He takes his time, likes to have pace on the ball. But Aditya Shetty is doing really well, bowling stump to stump. I'm thinking he's going to look for a wicket in this over.
Tries that cut shot once again. Yes, you can see his batting setup is that of an opener, looking for those cross-batted shots, those cuts and those pulls. Good test of young Ayan as well. Solidly behind that one. 43 overs gone, 160 for 7.